All right, so got some news through the pipeline. And so if you're a Florida business owner that is utilizing AI or thinks about that they would like to use AI or AI touches your customers in any kind of way, then this video is going to be absolutely valuable for you. So Florida's special session started today, April 28th, 2026. And one of the bills that are on the table is Florida AI Bill of Rights. And so if it passes, then it will take effect on July 1st of this year. So that gives you about roughly 2 months to get your house in order, so to speak. So get your things together in preparation for this. So let me actually break this down for you in like plain English so you know exactly what the bill is asking you to do and what it actually needs for you to do. So at the heart of it, if your business uses AI in any way that customers, patients, you might have learners or something like that, or clients are interacting with directly, you have to tell them. And it can't be buried in like a 14-page terms of service document that nobody really reads anyway. So, and you have to spell it out plainly. So before they actually even start the conversation. And then that's it. That's the core of the requirement. Now, I know there's a lot of noise because maybe you've heard about the bill, maybe you haven't, maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it. And so it's natural to be a little nervous because some are saying it's the end of small business, AI in small business, but it's actually not. The bill is really about honesty. Just like, in real estate, they have these laws put in place to protect the consumer. And this here is supposed to be for the people and protecting the customers of businesses. So, honesty is something that most Florida business owners are already comfortable with. So, we just have to apply it to this new tool that we're going to be adopting in our businesses. So here's the posture that I recommend, and I'm not an attorney. This is just from a business owner to a business owner. The posture that I recommend is that, well, actually, let me explain how I'm using it in my platform. Because I'm of the mindset that when in doubt, disclose and then explain. So disclosure is actually the floor, and the bill says that you have to tell people. That's fine, tell them, but put it in clear, like across the top of the chat that they might be interacting with, or the page they might be interacting with, or if it's on a phone call, let them know you're talking to an AI. Done, and then you have that check box, that checkbox checked off. But the bill is the floor and not the ceiling. So the thing is to actually build trust with your clients or consumers or whatever whoever you might be interacting with, and then what comes after disclosure. What is AI? What does it do? What happens to the things that I tell it? Who do I talk to if I want to talk to a real human? Things like that. So you can answer all of that in one short, friendly paragraph. Because people are not necessarily afraid of AI, and we should ease their mind that they should not be afraid of AI. But what people are afraid of is being lied to and being taken for a ride. So disclose and then explain, and that actually helps to solve both of those problems at one time, right? So let me kind of let you know, as I alluded to before, how it looks in practice for my own business. So I run Innovators Academy. It's an ed tech platform that helps adults switch to tech careers. And so we use AI tutors that help learners when they actually get stuck, right? So that's one of the main things that we are using AI for. So when a learner first opens the tutor, the very first line could say something like, "You're talking to an AI chatbot," and so we disclose that. And right underneath it, in plain English, the learner actually gets to see, what that means for them. So It's actually a tutor that's there to help them when they get stuck and explain things to them in like plain English and um, at a level that is, on par with where they are in their learning journey, right? So that does not, um, that AI does not get tired. It does not judge them, and that would be the talk rather, you know, and they would actually, and that if they would rather talk to a real person, you know, they don't have to talk specifically and only to the AI tutor. They can talk to a real person as well. Then we tell them, what we do and what we don't do with their information. So we don't sell their data, we don't hand it over for like advertisers to advertise to them, and we don't make use of the information that we get from a tutor session. We just use it so that it could work for them, right? Or excuse me, we allow them to use it so that it could work for them and help them get to where they need to be by the end of that track that they're enrolled in. So the legal disclosure is one line, and the trust is built in the paragraphs that follow. So, um, you know, and then once you handle the disclosure, there is a next step, and the next step is that you should probably, and like I said, I'm not a an attorney or anything like that, but you should probably ask your AI provider, whether it be Anthropic or OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, and Anthropic is Claude, right? You should probably ask those providers what they do with the information that is being sent if you're using it through an API or things like that. Because in our case, we're in the process of signing what what we call a zero data retention agreement with our AI providers. So the zero data retention, or ZDR, means that your inputs as well as your outputs are not held or stored after the interaction is complete. And so if you're using AI in your business, ask your provider whether that is an option that is available for you. So it's a natural next step after the disclosure. And it gives your customers a real answer and not necessarily a guess when they're asking you what happens to what we tell you through this thing, right? So now, if you're listening to this and thinking, I don't even know where my AI is, let alone what it's doing with my customers' information. That is actually a valid, and real concern. And the probably the most common ones that I hear. So for Melanin Tech and AI Solutions, we offer a Florida AI Readiness Assessment for small and mid-sized businesses in the state of Florida. So we talk you through every piece of AI, where it's, find out where it's placed, and where AI is touching, what AI is touching in your business operations. So what would the bill require for each one? Because there are several AI pieces, right? So you could have AI that's a chat bot. You could have the voice. There's a plethora of things that you could be using AI for, and it touches different things within your business. So what you need to do is to find out, you know, what the bill would require for each one of those things if you have them, right? And what disclosure language fits your customers, as well as what to ask your providers next. You walk away with a written plan and a checklist that you can hand to your team. So we kind of help you with those things. Um, and then so here is kind of what I want to leave you with. The bill is definitely not about catching people. It's more so about making sure that the people that you serve know for sure what is serving them, right? You don't want them to think that it's a human when it actually is not. So that is a standard most of us already hold ourselves to. So we just need to make sure that we put it on paper. And so I'm about to sign off. I am Dr. Ketly Jean-Pierre. I'm the founder of Melanin Tech and AI Solutions, and also the founder of Innovators Academy. So if you want to know exactly where your business stands before July 1st, and even if you find this video after July 1st, definitely reach out and we'll figure it out together for you. We'll put you up on a plan and see you around the corner in the next one. All right.